are some areas in improvement that you'd like to see out of Tyreke at the 3 position?
I think he has, it's a new position. So I think he just has to keep growing. And I'm the kind of person that don't like to say, I want to see this or see that. Because I want the player to still be in a natural position of playing. One thing that he's going to more so develop over time this year, this summer, is being able to take that shot and make that shot from the weak side of the floor as opposed to top of the key. And that's an area where he's going to be able to get a good, clean look over there. But right now, I like what he's doing. He's making passes from that position. He's able to drive to the basket. He's being in aggressive mode there. And defensively, it's what has really been good is that he's really working. Last night, Howard got off to a great start. We changed him and put him on Howard. We slowed that down a little bit. Hayward started to go a little bit. He changed and put him over there. So he's done a good job at that spot. So I like what he's doing defensively, but more importantly, from an offensive standpoint, just want to let him see how it feels for him, because this is a brand new spot for him, but it's good for our team.
Can you talk a little bit about Tyreke's transition to the 3? How do you see him working out there and making that adjustment?
Well, I think it's good. Obviously, the 3s nowadays are just his height or maybe even a little bit taller. He's been driving to the paint, just getting more space, not being as ball dominant as he was in the past. So it takes some pressure off of him, so he doesn't have to use so much energy when he gets, if we get the rebound and passes to him and trying to run the floor. But that's when he's at his best too.
Coach, last night you ran Salmons off the bench kind of in a point forward position. Is that something that you kind of envision seeing him do throughout the rest of the year?
Yeah, do a point 3, point 4, depending on the lineup on the floor, but I like having him at the small forward and kind of alleviate some of the pressure off our point guards from time to time. If we have a point guard like tomorrow night, we'll have a point guard that can put a lot of pressure on a point guard. So we want to make sure that our guards can still be effective in the game, but not having to deal with all that pressure. A guy like Tyreke now comes into play. John Salmon has shown that he can handle the ball. Or I'll look for a guy that doesn't really apply a lot of pressure on the ball, and he becomes a guy who initiates a lot of the offense. One game I had Chuck was our point 5, and all he did was a guy who handled all the responsibilities of getting us into an offense. The guard just had to get it up to him, and from there he made the plays.
Are you tightening up your rotation at this point, or is it just more or less, who is ready?
Yeah, it's not so much that. It's still game situations, because, maybe a guy that played a lot last night may not be, this game may be different the next game because they have size, that it may be a different situation, a matchup that we may look to try and use with our scouting report may dictate that we may try this guy tonight. Our main guys are going to play for sure, but some other guys may fall into the rotation because this game is going to dictate that. And that's what happens during the course of a season when you have a full 82 game. The matchup can change things around. Your normal 5 is going to play, your normal 6, but some other guys may sneak into the rotation for that particular night.